those records, let them play. Jukebox magic leads the way. With every dance we find our groove. So come alive, let's make a move. Turn it up, let it roll. Feel the rhythm, take control. Turn it up, let it roll. Feel the rhythm, take control. Hit the floor, the jukebox fades. Leather boots, we're ready to blaze. Neon lights casting shadows bright. Dance all night, losing track of time. Turn it up, let it roll. Feel the rhythm, take control. Turn it up, let it roll. Feel the rhythm, take control. Feel the energy, the night is young. With every step we know we've just begun. Underneath the glow we find a spark. In a world of sound, let's leave a mark. Turn it up, let it roll. Feel the rhythm, take control. Turn it up, let it roll. Feel the rhythm, take control. Jukebox Mary spinning round. Every moment we're lost, we're found. Chasing dreams on a dance floor high. Level souls, we're gonna fly. In the heart of the night where the music's sweet. Together we'll step to the pounding beat. Feel the pulse, let the good times roll. In this barman atmosphere roll.
Hey bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your bush today.
News, I'm Ben Thomas. Israel's military says Palestinian militants in Gaza have handed over another body of a hostage, the 13th since the ceasefire began. And Joe Fetterman reports from Jerusalem that Gaza ceasefire appears to have survived its first major test.
Israel has accused Hamas of launching an attack on Sunday that killed 2 Israeli soldiers in Gaza. The Israeli military responded with a series of strikes that killed over 40 people. But almost as quickly as this fighting erupted, it also died down, and the ceasefire now appears to be sticking for the time being. Both Israel and Hamas have said that they are committed to this ceasefire, and more importantly, the White House, President Donald Trump, has made it clear that he wants to see this agreement succeed.
Hamas security forces have returned to the streets in Gaza, clashing with armed groups and killing what it says are gangsters. Hamas calls it an attempt to restore law and order. President Trump.
They got very rambunctious and they did things that they shouldn't be doing. And if they keep doing it, then we're going to go in and straighten it out, and it'll happen very quickly and pretty violently, unfortunately.
President Trump and Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese signed a critical minerals deal at the White House today.
We've been working on that for quite a while. In about a year from now, we'll have so much critical mineral and rare earths that you won't know what to do with them. They'll be worth about $2.
This as China expanded its export rules on rare earths, requiring foreign firms to get approval for exporting products containing even small amounts of materials that originate in China. The move mirrors U.S. rules. Amazon Web Services has been dealing with a major outage that's affected users worldwide trying to connect to various online services. That's included the AP. On Wall Street, stocks rallied today. The S&P jumped 1.1%, finishing close to its all-time high. The Dow gained 515 points, also about 1.1%. This is AP News. Diwali's being celebrated in India and the Indian diaspora. Our Deepa Bharat has more on the Festival of Lights.
We are here at the Bap Sri Swaminarayan Temple in Chino Hills, California. Diwali or Deepavali is one of the most important festivals for Hindus. It is celebrated by millions in India and around the world in the diaspora. And it's also celebrated across faiths by Sikhs, Buddhists, and Jains. Deepavali means a row of lights. So what celebrants do during Diwali is they light oil lamps, they set off fireworks, they gather for meals, for a feast. Based on the lunar calendar, Diwali typically falls in late October or early November. It symbolizes the victory of good over evil, light over darkness, and knowledge over ignorance.
Again, that's the AP's Deepa Bharat. There are more stories at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light to you. Buy a pack here at home, win big prizes too. Gather your friends, the season is here. It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light.
The 12 weeks of cheers are on. Purchase any 12-pack of Bud Light, Budweiser, or Michelob Ultra cans now through December 19th for your chance to win a trip for two to watch your favorite NFL team live, plus weekly prizes. Details at currentcnmi.com.
As the day unfolds with laughter and cheer, Brad's got the magic that brings us all near. Sharing tales of hope, dreams that shine bright. Good morning, Marianas, together we ignite. So join the palm trees, we dance through the days. The rhythm and soul, so many ways
Let the good times roll tonight. Feel the spirit.
All right, good morning, Marianas. It is 7:43 here on Tuesday. It is kind of a rainy, drizzly, heavily clouded Tuesday. But hey, that could be worse. You could be out there in a rainy, full-on rainy Tuesday morning. But it is not too shabby. I'd still rather be here than anywhere else in the world. As the great Marv Levy once said, where else would you rather be than right here, right now? And I'm telling you, it is right here in the Marianas. Good, bad, otherwise, there's nowhere else you want to be. We're lucky to be here. Someone sent me a message just like the other day, and I was really excited about it because, I don't think about it too much, about how much time has been since I got here and everything. And I'm like, I'm thanks for the nice comments and all that other stuff. But, I'm just lucky that I get to do this and be in this place and live here. And I'm thankful for it every day. I mean, there's never been a day. Don't get me wrong. You can get a little fatigued sometimes. Like, I understand it, and I don't fault anybody for it. I hear some people complain about it, like, oh, this or that. I'm like, yeah, I get it. At some point, it might not be the right spot anymore. Like, you might not want it anymore, but maybe sometimes, it feels like it's too small or something. But, man, that just hasn't happened to me. 23 years and kicking, Saipan has just been just a gift every day. It's not too fast. It's not too slow. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's the perfect porridge for Goldilocks, for losing his locks. It's the greatest spot. And if you guys, I know you know it. I know you know it because you still live here. And I know you guys out there in the mainland know it because you miss it here. There's people leave here and they still miss this place. I'm telling you, they can't get enough of it. They still follow in the comments. They get into all that stuff because Saipan, there's something magical about Saipan Tinian Rota, about that. It brings you in and it keeps you here and it makes you want to be here. And even if you do leave, you can't just get away from it. You can't forget it. Angelo Villagomez told me years ago. I want to say he told me this like 16 years ago. Maybe it was 15 years ago. He's like, they should have a support group in the mainland for people who used to live in the Marianas, because when you go somewhere else, it's not the same. You have friends, but it's like a big deal to try to get everyone together to have like let's go out to dinner. Not here. It's like, come on over. And let's go to the beach and make it a big deal. Let's make it a big party. Let's get everybody. Like, something magical about this place. And that's just how it works out here. It is special. All right. Hey, real quick, it's 82 degrees outside up at the Saipan International Airport weather station. Looking mighty fine out there. Humidity at 85%. You can almost wring out a cloud right now. There's so much water in the air. That's just how it is. We're looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. Partly sunny skies. High near 86, and it's going to be a little breezy. Going to have winds out of the east-southeast, 11 to 14 miles per hour, with about a 30% chance of rain. As we have learned, that means it's going to rain. That's how it works out here in the Marianas. So it's going to be like this for the next couple of days. But it looks like starting Thursday, things are going to start to turn. We're going to get mostly sunny for the rest, all the way through next week. That's great. That's great for playoffs. That's great for baseball. And it's great for us because we get to have some fun instead of leaving here to a cloudy, rainy day, which nobody really loves. All right, well, hey, while it is a little bit slick out there on the roads, it's not terrible. We've seen worse. It's just a flesh wound. No, we've seen worse. It's not that bad. So let's get down to the road and take a real quick look at what you're facing on the roads today. Remember, it's better to be there late than to be there all crashed up or send that phone call saying, hey, help me, I'm in the hospital, or worse, help me, I need a ride from jail. No, don't be that guy. All right, hey, anyway, let's get down to traffic. Over there at one of the typical traffic spots that we got every morning during rush hour, over there by Shell Dandan, you can see it's pushed on its way. It's about halfway to Maddie's Barbecue. And that's how that works along Chalmon Senior Martinez, and in either direction as well. NMC, people just stopping by to take selfies of the new student center. Over there at the intersection that matters, where connection matters, IT&E. You can see that there's folks in every direction, folks trying to head north, or if they're trying to take a left over there on the onto Middle Road, it's going to be a little while for folks as the traffic backs up. The light over at Beach Road, though, not so bad. Let's head south on Beach Road. Get all the way down to Chalumpiao, and not too bad right now. Just a little typical intersection traffic, nothing major. The Salamanca Martinez, we're taking it all the way back down so that we can link up and go up around the hill through San Vicente and Papagoo, and everything's looking pretty sweet. By the way, all that traffic by the Nutrition Assistance Program is about to go away. That's what they're telling us over there. We're going to talk more about that later. Through Puerto Rico, a little bit of a holdup as folks make their way to the Marianas Heights. Not too shabby. We're going to keep going south, and we're going to do that double barrel look down Beach Road and Middle Road. A little spotty all the way on Middle Road, though, especially when you get by that school bus stop over there by Sushi Spot. Oh, man, it's so nice over there. I love that place. The people, the food, everything's amazing. But when you get down to Quartermaster Road, there's a little bit of traffic in either direction, whether you're on Beach Road or at Middle Road, and that's pretty much your first look at traffic. But, you don't even have to worry about any of that stuff. You just hop on the Blue Line. With Transit CNMI, $2 will take you anywhere they go on the Blue Line, whether you're in Culberville, Totodville, or Paseo de Marianasville. You can get anywhere you need to go for just $2. And if you're a student, a veteran, an active duty military, Monamco, or someone with disabilities, you can get on for 50% off. That's right, just $1. And they will drive you and make you want to holla, go Transit CNMI. It's a great spot. And I'll tell you what, it's nice, it's aircon, it smells nice, it's comfortable, even better, free Wi-Fi. And they're everywhere you need to be. And they're going to expand. Saipan is a great start, but Tinian, Rhoda, and then all over the island as well. The Blue Line gets you all over. So they're running Monday through Friday, 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 p.m. Weekends and holidays, 6:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. You got to pay an exact change, though. Give them a call if you want to find out more, 236-2682. They've got 4 buses out there right now. They got a northbound, they got a southbound, and they got 2 that are not in service because one's going to be a trainer, and the other one is out there just in case somebody has an issue and they can spring to action. You don't have to wait for a vehicle to come all the way down from lower base. They're out there on the route ready for you so that they can help out. They got a great plan. They're getting it done. That's why nationwide they're number 1. That's true. They won an award for being the top rural small market transit system in the United States. Can you believe it? And that's our hometown. I love it. Transit CNMI, Commonwealth Office of Transit Authority. These guys are great. They're doing it for you. And you can hop on with them on the line that is blue. Well, let's pick a day and just do nonstop. Like, everybody just go. Just go there. And we could do it from here. We could call it a happy hour. We'll board over here at the NMI News Service headquarters, and we'll head down to Garapan. But our pumpkin... Our chariot turns into a pumpkin at 8:30, so we got to hop on maybe we can go from happy hour, get the ride from here, head down to Garapan, 8 o'clock, and then we got to go hit the bus stop and wait, and then get the ride back. It would be awesome, and that we could turn that into a party bus. I know you can't do anything crazy on there, but it would be fun. We just do a Coda takeover day. It would be great. Enjoy it, Marianas. And maybe it's Halloween. Maybe it's when we do it all in costume and all that other stuff. Anyway, we're going to have some folks from public school system in here with us today. We're excited about that. In fact, I'm excited to hear what they have to tell us. Here we go. About everything that's going on. Here we go. We're going to have the Commissioner of Education, Lawrence Camacho, is going to be in here to talk about the Chamorro Carolinian clubs that they've got out here and the programs that they've got. Should be awesome. And they're going to help promote the PSS Cultural Day celebration that's going to be happening at Garapan Elementary School later. Is it this week? What's it, today, Tuesday? Oh, it's going to be on the weekend, I think. Whatever the 25th is when that's going to be happening. Gold Stroll Faux at $1. That's right, Dennis. You can stroll for $1. It's great. Yes. You got that, Jimbo. He said, did you say the perfect porridge for Goldilocks to lose his locks? Yeah, you're master of your crap, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. And thanks to all you guys. Salty Life, Ocean Breeze, great to see you out here. Thanks for joining us again. JJ Salmon, it's not Friday, but today's your day. Eric Mouthnuss, man, I got to see your wife yesterday over at Laddie Bill 24-Hour Fitness. That's right. She's like, oh, my husband watches your show all the time. I'm like, do you know what a great guy your husband is? I know she knows the answer to that question, but with all the stuff that you do out there, man. I'm telling you, your brothers from Project Buddy Check 670 and VFW, we see you, man. All the stuff that you do. You're not the guy who with his hands on his hips. You're the guy out there helping carry stuff from trucks to tables to everything. Dude, you are the man, and you're so selfless and so generous with your time and your blood and sweat and tears. So hopefully no tears and no blood. Hopefully it's just sweat. But you're awesome, dude. We love you. JJ, again, great to see you. Dennis Matsumoto, man, dude, Dennis helping us out yesterday, member of Project Buddy Check and VFW, getting rid of the shuffleboard. We're making some progress over there at the VFW. I'm kind of excited about it. We're going to have some dartboards coming in to the old post home this week, thanks to the folks at Pacific Amusement. So you guys need to come and check it out. I don't know if it'll be ready on Wednesday, but if it's tomorrow, then maybe we're going to be hanging out and having a few beers tomorrow. I mean, beverages, water. Anyway. And I want to say thanks to the Saipan Mayor's Office for helping us with that, because, man, that stuff weighed about 1 billion pounds. And we needed some bodies to help us out, and a truck and all that stuff. That thing was just incredible to try to get out. It was a great thing. I'll tell you what, like many things in Saipan, the termites just get it. And that thing has been rehabbed and everything. Things been around for a long time. When that thing was brand new, it was like $10,000. And that was a long time ago. And hopefully we're going to have some progress over there. So we get that new dartboard in there. You guys got to come in and take a beverage in one hand and throw a dart in the other hand, and we'll try to get that going and make it kind of cool. Jimbo Ray fan, great to see you, man. I'm excited for Friday night. You're over there at NMC, and NMC, the big event is Friday night. It's a tough one because there's a couple of different things I want to do. On Friday, of course, I'm locked in for NMC's grand opening of the official ribbon cutting for the Student Center, and we're going to bring that to you live. It's going to be amazing, the whole thing. You're not going to want to miss it. But what I'm also excited for, there's something happening on Friday and Saturday night, the 30th and the 31st. And it's going to be down over at the Victory Chapel. And Crystal Mariano, she's now with the Marianas Press. She wrote a play. She put together a whole performance, and she's going to be unveiling it. And I got to I don't know how I can do both. Because the other thing is the 31st is the big thing for my kids, of course, for Halloween. I only got a few of those exciting ones left with those kiddos. But I want to go and support that. If I can't make it, I want you guys to go down there and check it out, because they're the ones, when they do the parade for Liberation, they put on that grand performance. I'm telling you, I don't know how you're able to get people emotional on a flatbed truck driving by, but they do it, man. They put a lot into it. Whether it's them giving their testimonials or whether they're putting on that performance, they know how to do it. They can get it done. I want to be there. I want to support what they're doing for that performance, because Crystal, she's awesome. She is. She's just great. And I really loved a couple of years ago when she gave her testimony while she was part of the parade, and it was powerful stuff. When people share stuff like that, it's not easy. And when you find the strength to do that, I can really appreciate that. Hey, good morning, Joshua Brazel. Good morning, man. Razzle dazzle brazzle. He's over there. He's looking at the stars, and he's also bringing you closer to it with every pump. When you go to the gym, you can get cool like him. Get big guys, those big, strong, the telescopes. They'll bring the stars closer to you, and if you cannot with the lens, you can just pull them in with your gigantic arms. Anyway, him getting all cut up and ripped up and getting stronger at the gym. You could do that with him too. I imagine you're still personal training. I haven't seen you in a bit, but clearly I should be seeing a personal trainer. We've got a plan, by the way. You see all those ads that we've got with Buyer Woodworking. They do the tree removal and the tree cutting and all that stuff for your storms preparation. But also, he's a master woodworker. And what he's preparing for our studio is going to be amazing. After he was paddling this morning, he popped in just to take a couple more measurements because he's starting to put the last part of it together, and then we're going to unveil it here at the studio. I can't tell you, I'm so excited about this whole thing. I am so excited. I can't wait to see, not like Bart Scott, but like I can't wait to see what this thing ends up being like. Hey, speaking of things that we're excited to see, Miss Marianas Earth, she is in the Philippines now. That's right. She is now in the Philippines because they are, well, she is in the Miss Earth competition, way better than the Miss Mars competition. We can tell you 10 out of 10. But she just posted this photo from last night where she just arrived with her team so that they could start getting acclimated and everything and prepare for the Miss Earth pageant that's going to be happening. And how cool is that? She's there. She's ready to go and ready to represent the Marianas in Manila. And I mean, could be worse, right? What a tough life that is. She goes from rescuing boony dogs to walking on stage with a gigantic crown and all that other stuff. Actually, I don't know if they wear their crown to represent here, but I know she's going to be, if she wins, she'll be getting a gigantic one over there from Miss Earth. All right. Hey, good morning, Louisa. Last night, Bandits were playing some ball, and I didn't catch it all the way. Let's find out how things went with the Bandits and the Falcons. That's a good game because those are two awesome teams. And I almost stopped by, but I was so excited about being able to get home early. Let's see. The Falcons were winning, and I'm going to get all the way down to the bottom of the ninth. And that's with 2 outs. It was 7-5, and that's it. That's how it went down. So the Falcons from Tinapag end up beating the Bandits 7-5 to advance to the next round of the playoffs for Saipan Baseball League. Just awesome. Just looking at some of the comments for the ball game last night. I was about to put this on the screen, and then I'm like, I can't show those comments, but you could definitely see that the game was great and the coverage was great. Louisa out there just being an absolute champ, and the Falcons were just trying to hang on there at the end. You got to walk right there, but they end up pulling off the victory to advance. Falcons, great team. Bandits, great team. And, man, it was a late one last night for sure. It was definitely a late one. So, anyway, that's what went down on the ball field last night. All right, well, I'll tell you what. We're going to be taking a real quick break, and we're going to get to more of what's happening here in the Marianas. I want to talk about that new EBT deal that's going on. You're wondering, like, what is that all about? Well, we had the press conference yesterday. Remember, we had a shorter show yesterday because of that press conference, that coverage that we had. We wrapped up at 8:30, and we went up there and we heard hey, you're getting a new EBT card is the deal. Now, it's not going to be food stamps anymore. And I think one of the good things about that is that you're able to get get change, right? Like you don't, if you buy something that costs $1.78, that doesn't leave 22 cents in paper. Right, I mean, because you don't have that. That's not how it works. But you're going to keep that balance, and those balances can roll over every month as well. So if you've got like $27 left in your benefit card, you're going to be able to use that next month. So it rolls right over, and then you're going to be able to call to check your balance with their phone system and everything too. It's available in different languages, and I know two of the people who did some of the languages. Just waiting for their agency to get paid, but other than that, they did some great stuff. You might hear some familiar voices when you call up to hear it in Chamorro or Carolina or Falawash. You're going to be able to hear it. Some local voices here that we were able to help put together with this stuff. So it was really kind of cool. I'm really excited about it, and hopefully it'll sound amazing when you call to check your benefit level with all that. All right, is this the one that we want to do? Man, I'll tell you what. Let's do this before we take a real quick break. Let me get you guys an update on what happened in the NFL because yesterday was kind of crazy, and it did not go well for my fantasy football team. All right. So here we go. We did give you the early scores yesterday, but we didn't give you the finals for everybody that wrapped up in the afternoon. Action started on Thursday where the Bengals beat the Steelers in Cincinnati with 97-year-old Joe Flacco, 33-31. The Rams went into Duval to beat the Jaguars 35-7. The Eagles held on to beat the Vikings 28-22. The Patriots go into Tennessee to beat the hapless Titans 31-13. The Jets still suck. Panthers win 13-6. The Dolphins lose embarrassingly to the Browns 31-6 in Cleveland. Hashtag Browntown. Bears beating down the Saints in Chicago. The Bears 26, the Saints 14. The Raiders look awful against the Chiefs in Kansas City, 31-0. The Chargers fall to the Colts. Is this possible? Are the Colts going to go to the Super Bowl? Danny Dimes, 38. The Chargers, 24. The Broncos take advantage of some mistakes from the Giants to win and a walk-off 33-32. The Cardinals somehow lose again without Kyler Murray. Of course they do. 27-23 to the Packers. The Cowboys, though, double up on the Commanders, 44-22. Eric Larson, is he going crazy right now? He's still running down the street screaming and having a great time. 49ers beat the Falcons 20-10. And there was some interesting action out there as George Kittle got back for the first time. Today, we got a doubleheader. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield going into Detroit to take on the Lions in Motown at 9 a.m. tomorrow Standard Time. That's right, we are less than an hour away from kickoff. After that, even better, the Texans are playing against the Seahawks. Should be awesome. Are they playing in Seattle? I think so. 3 hours later. So it's going to be one of those deals, guys. It's going to be a doubleheader day. So your lunch break today, wherever it may be, should be awesome. Yeah, no kidding. And I know it's a different story, a different sport and stuff like that. But my goodness, the Mariners and the ALCS going to Game 7 against the Toronto Blue Jays. My advice, don't pitch to Vlad Guerrero. All right, let's get you a little bit of a heads up on everything that's happening with the Fox Sports Update. Coming to you, sponsored by Luisa Cabrera. Luisa Cabrera, the scoring choice of a new generation.
Fox Sports Update.
There will be a Game 7 in baseball's American League Championship Series.
To left field, forget about it. Gone. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s 6th home run of the postseason.
Courtesy FS1, Vlad Guerrero Jr.'s franchise record 6th home run of the postseason helped the Blue Jays beat the Mariners 6-2. Game 7 Monday night in Toronto. The winner gets the Dodgers in the World Series starting Friday. Week 7 in the NFL. After 2 straight losses, the Eagles sunk the Vikings 28-22. The Chiefs have also hit their stride, rolling over the Raiders 31-0. The game of the day was in Denver.
39-yard field goal for the win. He got it. Denver's won.
The Broncos scored 33 points in the fourth quarter to come back from 18 down with 6 minutes to play and top the Giants 33-32. Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel got revenge on his former team, the Titans 31-13. The Colts keep winning 38-24 over the Chargers on the road. The Cowboys doubled up the Commanders 44-22. Jaden Daniels left the game for Washington with a hamstring injury.
It's Will Kane Country. Watch it live at noon Eastern Monday through Thursday at foxnews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss the show. Listen and follow the podcast 5 days a week at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
The Packers rallied past the Cardinals 27-23, and Matthew Stafford threw 5 touchdown passes to lead the Rams past the Jaguars 35-7 in London. The Browns beat the Dolphins 31-6. The Bears got their 4th straight win, 26-14 over the Saints, and the Jets remain the NFL's only winless team, and they're 0-7 after a 13-6 loss to the Panthers. New AP Top 25 college football poll: Ohio State stays 1, Indiana up to 2, Miami drops from 2 to 9 after losing to Louisville, Georgia up from 9 to 5 after after topping Ole Miss, who falls from 5 to 8. Georgia Tech in the top 10 at 7, and Vanderbilt up 7 spots to 10. Florida has fired head coach Billy Napier. His teams were 22-23 in 3+ seasons. Chase Briscoe won at Talladega to join Denny Hamlin in NASCAR's Championship 4. Kyle Larson led on the final lap but ran out of gas. Last chance to get to the championship next week at Martinsville. It's Game On with the Fox Sports app, available wherever you download apps. I'm Tim McMaster.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Hey, bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey, bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold Busch, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive Busch gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your Busch, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Busch. Grab your Busch today.
Hey, good morning, Marianas, and welcome back. We are getting ready. We're having our next round of guests coming in here, but what we're going to do first is get you the latest update from the Associated Press. It's hot off the Associated Presses. So here you go. It's the latest news update from the United States and around the world.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. An outage of Amazon's cloud computing service has disrupted the internet worldwide today. Karen Shamas has details.
The issue took down dozens of major online services, including social media sites Snapchat, the Roblox and Fortnite video games, and the chat app Signal. About 3 hours after the outage, Amazon Web Services said it was starting to recover from the issue. Technology expert Chris Stockwell-Walker.
Nothing to suggest at all that this is a kind of deliberate act or a security issue. I think, as often is the case here, it will be something very, very benign. It will be either someone with fat fingers typing the wrong thing and pushing out an update, or perhaps just one little small system, the cog in the hardware going haywire, and then that cascades down.
Amazon Web Services provides behind-the-scenes cloud computing infrastructure to many government departments, universities and businesses, including the Associated Press. I'm Karen Shamas.
U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner have been meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to keep the truce with Hamas in Gaza intact. And in Philadelphia, the remains of a missing woman have been found.
Authorities said an anonymous tip led police back to the area they had initially searched, and they found the remains of Kata Scott in a shallow grave. DNA tests confirmed her identity. 21-year-old Keon King of Dover, Delaware, has been arrested and charged with kidnapping, stalking, and other charges in Scott's disappearance. Prosecutor Ashley Teslowski told reporters they have evidence linking King.
What I can share is that the cell phone evidence, the call detail records, and timing advanced data as it pertains to Keon King's mobile device puts him at all of the locations that we're talking about.
Philadelphia District Attorney's Office's CARES Unit Director Tanya Leonard says,
today we'll say her name, tomorrow we'll say her name, and forever we will say her name.
I'm Haya Panjwani.
This is AP News. Seth Sutel now with the AP Markets Report.
Stocks rallied close to their records on Wall Street following a roller coaster ride last week. The S&P 500 rose 1.1% Monday. The index pulled up to the cusp of the all-time high it set earlier this month. The Dow Jones Industrial Average jumped 515 points, about 1.1%. The Nasdaq Composite rose 1.4%. Apple did some heavy lifting with a gain of almost 4% amid optimism about demand for the latest iPhone model. Bank stocks also rose, reclaiming some of the ground they lost last week. Several big-name companies are reporting their latest results this week, including Coca-Cola, Tesla, and Procter & Gamble. Seth Sutel, New York.
President Trump and Australia's Prime Minister signed a deal on rare earths and critical minerals at the White House today.
In about a year from now, we'll have so much critical mineral and rare earths that you won't know what to do with them. They'll be worth about $2.
There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thank you for listening.
It's the 12 bags of Christmas from Bud Light to you. Buy a pack here at home, win big prizes too. Gather your friends, the season is here. It's the 12 bags of Christmas from Bud Light.
The 12 weeks of cheers are on. Purchase any 12-pack of Bud Light, Budweiser, or Michelob Ultra cans now through December 19th for your chance to win a trip for two to watch your favorite NFL team live, plus weekly prizes. Details at currentcnmi.com.
Wake up, sunshine, it's a brand new day. Brad's got the stories that'll light your way. Take a smile on his face, he's ready to share. Share. Good morning, Marianas. Feel the love in the air. Air. Good morning, Marianas. Come join the fun. Together we'll shine like the morning sun.
With the waves crashing in, hear the oceans call. Brad brings the news that connects us all. From the islands to the world, goes counting wish. Good morning, Marianas, the best time of year.
Good morning, Marianas. Let's start the day. With laughter and stories, come what may.
All right, Marianas, welcome back. It is Tuesday morning. It's 8:17, and we are coming back with some guests in studio. Just before we get to them, though, I just want to give you a little update on the weather. Turns out it's looking a little bit nicer, but it's still going to be a little touch and go today. 84 degrees right now up to Saipan International Airport. Humidity's 82%. Looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms today. Partly sunny skies. You can see it's partly that right now. We're looking at a high near 86, and it's going to be a little windy today, 11 to 14 miles per hour. 30% chance of rain. Hopefully that 30% chance is early, and the 70% chance of being nicer is going to be later today for the baseball game, the playoffs that are happening tonight. But right now, we've got a special guest in studio. We've got a couple of folks who are not just the folks who are doing the blowing in the parking lot, which you might be able to hear, but we're going to hear folks who are helping kids grow and invest in their culture and their future here in the Marianas. We've got our Commissioner of Education, Mr. Lawrence Camacho. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to join you today and to join the wonderful audience that we have out there listening in. It's great to be here. Beautiful morning, right? With sunlight, blowers happening all over the streets. Great thing for us here in the Commonwealth. And what's even greater is come this Saturday, we have an event, which is, and I'll have my program manager here for the Carolinian and Chamorro Heritage Studies. Talk a little bit more about this event on Saturday, but I'm just so excited because it is an event that we've been planning for a long time now. And the design is so that we provide the opportunity for our students who are learning the Chamorro and the Carolinian language and all things cultural and those elements around that study to have that experiential learning. And that experiential learning is on that particular Saturday, this coming Saturday, as a matter of fact. Students in the community are going to be welcome to come in onto Garapan Elementary School's campus and enjoy just the revival and the opportunity to celebrate our culture, our indigenous cultures of both the Carolinian and Chamorro. And students will be given that opportunity to learn even more further and experiencing this from what they've gained from the classroom space, right? So our instructors, our teachers from CCLHS, the Chamorro Carolinian Heritage Studies, are all going to be out there just promoting this. We'll have practitioners throughout the day and performers on stage and all this, really just to revive our wonderful culture and indigenous ways of living here in the CNMI. But more importantly, the students and their families will get that opportunity. And our students are going to be able to know, for example, if they learn, and I'm looking at a coconut tree here again, picture here, right? What a nizuk is, right? And then what is a nizuk for? What is the value of that tronco nizuk with the leaves, right? They're going to be able to kind of have those practitioners help them weave and learn how to weave what comes out of the Hagun tronco nizuk, right? The badzak, right? And then also the coconut itself, the nut, and how you katsa, you kamzu, you fugu into coconut milk, right? It's a nizuk. And then it is immersed in and cooked with lemai. And then they see sabuk lemai. Oh my gosh, isn't that a great, wonderful experience for kids to kind of just be able to learn and experience from, right? And be able then to have context because they see the pictures, they probably see the coconut in the classroom space, but now here they're seeing the practitioners kind of put it all together for them.
You know, I thought it was Dr. Lawrence Camacho. I didn't realize it's Dr. Lancero Camacho because I'm hearing all this expertise coming from you.
I am a rancher, as a matter of fact. We have cattle ranch up in the north, yeah.
That is awesome. You know, it is. I love that this big event, and you know, I imagine every school would probably want this to be at their campus, but you guys have it really centrally located over there at GES so that everyone can get down there and make it easier. Right?
Exactly. We're looking at other venues, right? And you know, all throughout the island, how do we centralize the event and all that? And then we eventually said, you know, we're not gonna go we don't call it the cheap route, the most inexpensive route. Siri's trying to talk to me. The most inexpensive route, which is like, hey, we have our own facility, right? We have our own venue. Monica was a big proponent on selling that. It's central. It's right there. It's really kind of the perfect setting for what we want it to be. So
come on in.
Wonderful thing. So, but yeah. I'll at this point turn it over to Monica and kind of have her and Merced kind of highlight the wonderful event that they've been, really kind of spearheading in the way of planning. And we're just excited from the moment we do this parade in Garapan, all the way from the Carolinian Ut, all the way to the elementary school there, that campus, and then just start the day off. So yeah, great, wonderful thing. But yeah, go ahead, Monica, and Merced, you can come over here.
Oh, geez, I was going to bring over another chair for you. That's great. Oh, get out. No way. Thank you. All right, so perfect timing that we've got all you guys in here. Now I just need to shift this over so I can capture all three of you. Maybe can we get you, Merced, can we get you like right in between these two? That way, and the mic will even reach. It'll be perfect, and it'll be a nice fit.
What'd you call this kind of mic again?
The echo microphones, because they get jealous when you're far away. You got to get close to it so they can really hear you. That's it. So once again, welcome to the studio. Thanks for coming. We got this big event that's happening this Saturday, and it's not just for this Saturday. This is like a year-long, all year-round, everyday kind of culture, but it's a kind of a big celebration specifically for this Saturday.
Yes, the culminating event to what we've been doing all month of September, right? Which is the cultural month, right? And this is just the culmination of all that in making it feel like, hey, we can actually celebrate it every day. But we decided to do it on this one particular day to invite all of our practitioners, all of our students, all of our instructors, who are out there just promoting the wonderful cultures that we have, the indigenous ways of living, and it's just going to be a wonderful thing. But I'm going to, let the folks who are spearheading this to kind of get into the details.
Monica, so can you tell everybody who you are? You're the program manager for this?
So I am the program manager for the Carolinian content.
Wow.
And this is Senora Che.
Yes, good morning everyone, and I am the program manager for the Tomorrow content.
Perfect. We got the right people.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about, maybe you want to tell us a little bit about the program, or do you want to just jump into Saturday?
So the program, this would be the CCLHS program. This is the Chamorro Carolinian Language Heritage Studies program.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So this program has been, administered since way back when, and so for us at least, this is it's been fairly new for us in this position within this program, and so even before heading this program, we ourselves were also teachers under this program, and so now we found ourselves now manning and kind of coordinating the overall program, both the Chamorro and Carolinian contents.
That's great.
So Saturday's event, if you don't mind, we can jump into that so we can let the folks know what the excitement is all about. Senora Chair.
Thank you, Senora Monica. So this Saturday, October 25th, we will be having our first ever annual CCLHS, which is Chamorro Carolinian Language Heritage Studies celebration, and we call it CCLHS Cultural Festival.
CCLHS sounds like a great dish. I want to order somewhere. Ooh, can I get that somewhere? Oh, I love that CCLHS.
It's a dish with Chamorro and Carolinian menu. So with that,
give me one of those.
the main event is happening starting at 8 o'clock, which is our parade, and the parade will start at Carolinian Affairs Office, where everybody's there to walk down to Garapan Elementary School. So that'll be about 8 to 8:30. And then when we reach the Garapan Elementary School ground, that's when the opening ceremony begins by 9 o'clock. That's when we start our welcoming, our national anthem, our JROTC color guards, and then our blessing and the kulu blowing.
Wow, I love that.
Then after that, that's when we have all the students to experience the different arts and crafts that are going to be provided by our community practitioners and also some of our schools, the teachers. And I would like to also ask if Commissioner can share more about what is that experiential learning about.
All right. So, Commish,
sure.
fire away.
So, here's the really big deal about this program, right? The essence of the program, as described by Monica, is really that in our Constitution, when we became a Commonwealth, it was written that there should be public education. And along that same line of public education, it did say that the public school system, such as one we have now, would be charged with preserving the indigenous cultures of our islands. And so with that, you give birth to the bilingual, right, the language, teaching of that, and then it becomes the heritage and language studies. And then so we have our experienced teachers who've been there in the classroom space teaching the best that they could, and we still feel like together as a community, we're behind in the way of our kids and our students really kind of getting the grasp of preserving that culture, right? There are some great students out there who are really kind of embraced it and are preserving it beyond at the 12th grade level, right? Into incorporating into their lives as adults. But there's a lot of others that we still need to kind of work with and make sure that they're prepared for that too. So when we have what we call the portrait of a graduate, the type of graduate that we want to get out of our public schools, when they graduate from high school, we want them to be obviously competent enough to be able to succeed in a professional manner in whatever career that they choose, to succeed in college, to come back and contribute to our community and our society. But we don't want them to lose sight of who they are and identify as the people from here. And if they do that, they become much better leaders, much better ways of solving problems, right? The solvers of our problems. So that is the reason why we're so serious about really kind of not shifting it, but really kind of embracing this and making it better and better, an improved type of program, so that then the culture is preserved and the heritage is preserved. Otherwise, if we don't do this, then we just have it as document and words in the Constitution and not really kind of doing anything about it. We have to do something about it. And I thought that when kids come out of the classroom space, they don't really practice it, right? That's a lot of the complaints, that they don't practice it at home and they come back and then they just get the A's and B's in the classrooms. We need them to have that practice. So we decided to have this event to then give them that opportunity to experience it, practice it, and then from there grow the curriculum to more experiential type learning, so that it's really kind of more subliminal to the kids than just classroom, and then it's English and everything else beyond that classroom space. It's classroom, and then beyond that classroom space, they continue to speak it, they continue to practice it, right? And that's kind of like the whole intent and idea behind this. I'll just say, but as we mentioned before, I learned English in the classroom space, right? I learned how to be better in writing and reading English and speaking it in the classroom when I was growing up. But guess what? As soon as I hit the playground, I was speaking Chamorro, the slang type Chamorros with my friends. And then when I come home, I was corrected, right, to speaking it the more proper way, right? The more proper Chamorro. And then when I went to the Nubena, the Lisalzu, and the Misa, it was more even exposed to me, and now I understand really the principles behind those words and how I could live as an individual who comes from this place, using those words as a way of life and a way to operate, play, and kind of proceed with.
Well, Commissioner, you're one of the examples what it can do. And you left, you went off, got your education, you went off and served, and then you came back, but all that culture is still instilled with you. You brought all that stuff back, and you're able to show about how important it is to retain that culture and what you can do and how you can be successful with both. It's like some of the folks, they don't. I could tell you from the frustrations of my wife experienced when she was teaching in public schools, where she would have some of the parents who aren't from Chamorro Carolinian background, like, oh, they're not doing great in that aspect of it, but they don't need it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it's so important to get you get it such a better appreciation for who you live with here and who your classmates are and everything and why we're here in the first place. So, but what you guys are doing, instilling that and making sure that even if they're not getting that at home, they're at least going to get that at school, and it gives them the fighting chance to preserve the culture as they get older too.
When we were growing up, and I hate to just keep going back to but it really kind of is something that drives us to where we are today and how we can make this better. because I always reflect back on the way I grew up. There's always a saying that the village raises the child, right? And sure enough, when I was growing up, it starts from the home, but the moment I leave the home and I'm around the village playing, I get corrected by the folks in the village. They kind of raise me up, and it's the reason why it's really hard to let go of that. Even when I was abroad, been gone for so long, all over the world, military and everything, right? Education, higher education, and all those places that I've been through, experiencing with, how people operate. There's never a moment where I lost sight of who I was as a person from this place. I always introduce myself as a person from this place, and I'll never forget how all that that I grew up with was instilled in me, those values, really kind of helped me propel my career and everything else that I did in life. And so now I'm coming back, and I'm just trying to kind of, give the opportunity to those that are following us in the next generations or so. To be able to kind of get that right. And I got great people that are with us in this endeavor, and they really are the experts as well to help us in the way of curriculum, the way of practice, and the way of teaching and learning. It should be just what we need to be doing.
In a world where kids are growing up trying to figure out what they want to be and how they want to talk and everything, it's one thing they can lean back on, knowing they've got that one foundational thing of where you're from and what your culture is. Like that's something that could be like the bedrock for everything else that they do everywhere they go.
Yeah, I'll pass it on to the mic to them, but just one last thing. How many times does a child pass by a coconut tree? And that really kind of was instilled in me by my brother when we were having this discussion about where we are as an education system and teaching right? And my brother said, how many times does a student pass by a coconut tree and not even know the single value of what that tree is? That tree is so valuable in so many different ways. That brought me back, and I reflected back to when I was having this conversation with my grandfather about the coconut tree, and he was telling me that is the most useful tree in his opinion in the entire world. And so I learned right from that. But we need to also teach our kids the same way we learned when we were growing up, right?
Yes. And with that, Brad, I would like to have Ms. Mont to share a little bit of what's going to happen in the afternoon.
Yes, let's get into the Brad.
Yes.
Brad, when you get there, you need to speak the way you're speaking Chamorro right now, or Carolinian. Oh, that's a secret.
Yeah, so the program for this Saturday, we know that in the morning from 8 to 8:30 is the parade. Right after the parade, we have opening remarks and all the activities that we have. Many practitioners that will be there that morning to kind of have those activities, that we have coconut weaving, to storytelling, to ukulele session, to Chamorro dance choreography, traditional contemporary dance. We also have traditional games. There's a lot of activities. We have about 20 activities. There are about 13 areas on the grounds that we will be having all these activities in that morning.
Hey, what are the competition? I'm sorry, is it going to be like how to katsa the nizuk and how to kamzu it, or?
So we won't know until we find ourselves there.
Okay,
so if you join us that morning, you will find out, this is the relay activities that we have. So we hope that, the community comes out, joins us this Saturday, 8 to 6 p.m. So in the afternoon program, we have all performances. So the performances will cover a variety of categories, from speech to stand-up comedy to traditional dances, songs, contemporary dance, songs, poems, all in the vernacular. So we'll have Chamorro Carolinian vernacular. And again, this is something that we hope the community can actually come out and get to experience themselves and watch and join us in this celebration Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
All day?
Yes, all day. So one new feature that we've included in this celebration, we normally do this annually, but for this year, one new feature about it is that we will finally have or bring back what we used to also include the teachers to partake in the performances. Usually you'll see only students performing from K to 12, but this time we'll also have our Chamorro Carolinian teachers also partake in traditional contemporary performances.
That's great.
Yeah,
And
with the commissioner.
And the commissioner. I love that there's stand-up comedy. You know, like I got what do you call a fruit bat that likes to have a good time? A funny
Brett, fruit
no.
That's good. But when it's a male, it's a fanihi. When it's a female, what is it?
No.
A faniher.
See, that's even better. I love it. I'm excited to get down there on Saturday and have a little bit of fun. At midday, we got soccer stuff for the kids, but like either we're going to hit it before or we're going to hit it afterwards, or both, because it should be great. I want to see that parade down the street from the Carolinian Affairs office all the way down, rolling through Garapan. I think that's going to be great. And, we'll do a little mix of taking some recordings and shooting some stuff live for all this stuff also. I'm really excited about it. This sounds like so much fun. I got a couple of questions came in from folks. Someone else in the community, Fabian at Lay Show, he's like, hey, how can I participate to showcase some ancient Chamorro artifacts and hands-on with replica artifacts? I don't know if this is something that's open for something like that.
So, Uncle Fabian, that's really great that you have interest to participate in this event. You can reach us at our email, or maybe even contact us directly, 322-3506.
We'll give them the opportunity to display. Right.
And, GES has a big ground space, so we'll be happy to, include you in there if you are truly interested to display.
Hey, and Caleb's like, hey, make it Native Tongue Saturday. Example, like all speeches on the day and conversations all around. That's what you're hearing, Caleb. You just missed that one.
Yeah.
Caleb, yes, we're really aiming to have the Chamorro and Carolinian vernacular used throughout the day during this event. And so we do have a surprise there too for especially our Chamorro Carolinian speakers or those who identify as Chamorro Carolinians. If you are found not speaking the vernacular, you might find yourselves in a
holding area.
Holding area.
A holding area until somebody comes and bails you out for a certain fee. But we also extended the invitation to MVA, so they're going to hopefully be bringing tourists. They're advertising it to our tourists on island to come over, and it's a free event to come in.
That's even better.
They'll be given all cue cards, right, so that they'll have the vernaculars and at least on how to ask for questions on where the food is and how I can get drinks and all that type of stuff, and maybe the schedule of events. And then what's more important to, at least to me, is that students will all have their own passport that they will carry with them, and they'll be stamped as they kind of experience the different stations and the performances and all those things, right? And that is for the teachers to be able to evaluate that the students did get that experience when they come back into the classroom space the following week, and hopefully also have a reflective moment for the students to write about their experiences and how this event would cause them to be a much better lover and appreciative of the indigenous ways.
I love it. Just a little a cheat tip. If you go there and you don't want to get arrested, just know these words. Just say, ahi, or hungan, or awe. Like, you know those? You can just say yes or no to anything in different languages, and you are going to be safe from getting thrown in PSS jail for not being able to speak. Clyde came in. He's like, hey, can you ask Commissioner, what's his vision for increasing language use? Which I think was pretty neat. I think we heard a lot about that already.
We need to work together. I think, I was just thinking about working with the businesses on island. We've been talking about this, right? And I know when I was in the mayor's office in Rhoda a year ago, they introduced, and I'm not sure that they've incorporated already, but they introduced this very bright, wonderful idea of having the businesses, when students come in to buy something, they have to ask for, it's like, ask me in Chamorro, or ask me in Carolinian. Where, mano nagagi latan, corned beef or whatever, right? Latan spam. And then hopefully even the storekeeper, whether Chinese, Filipino or Chamorro Carolina would say, "Gai gigi guatu," and if they do exchange that, then there may be a discount for the kid to because he or she asked for it in the right way. You know, that type of stuff, right? So
I would love that.
There's so many other ideas to really kind of promote the language, and it is really not just having signage all over the place and then being able to kind of just say, oh, it's really how does that sign and what do I do with that sign and or that word that I see on that sign to be able to help me, you know, get along or you know, get through.
I would love to go to one of these mama pop stores, just go to the register and say, Kagwaha Bud Light? And
you know,
then he's like,
you know, I'll tell you right now, I'll tell the audience, go to Welcome Market in San Roque and talk to the Chinese old man there, Papa San, right? And he speaks it. He impressed the heck out of me one day when I came, and I was lining up and I heard him. An old lady, right? A Carolinian lady came in and said, "I'm, you know, guapugua," and he goes, "Tadza pura mandikiki," you know, "Sagitalo gupa," right? This is the old Chinese man. I'm like, what? And then I came up to him and I said, "Mungi, you know, sebesa." He's like, "Guagigatu," and you know, Malago ice. You know, it's like,
wow.
And this guy knows how to, and even in Tagalog, I think he even knows how to speak that. But it's just impressive when we know that for them to kind of keep attracting those customers coming back, they have to also be able to show off their skill set, right, in the way of language.
Now, when I head north, I'm specifically going to go to that store.
Please go.
Just because
you
of
know
that.
who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That old man. Yeah.
That's great. I love it. Hey, I'll tell you what, we've only got about a minute or so left for this batch. And then we've got Derek from Laddie Built's going to come on, and then we'll come back and talk about the other stuff afterwards. But it sounds awesome. I can't wait. This Saturday, Garapan Elementary School starts at 8 o'clock with the parade coming from Carolinian Affairs office over by the Carolinian Oot and the basketball courts and all that. Parade's going to come down through Garapan all the way to Garapan Elementary School, home of the Mallards, and then it becomes the big celebration, the first ever, right? Right there at PSS. What made you guys decide to do this? This sounds like something like could be like a way bigger than it's great that PSS is doing it, but this sounds like a great MVA opportunity. Or like if they could come in, they get a lot of funding for tourists. Like tourists are welcome to come to this thing too, right?
Absolutely.
This would be something. Excuse me. That I would think would bring everybody out. If I was visiting Saipan and I happened to be here for the weekend, as a tourist, I would want to come to something like this to find out more about like who the people from the CNMI are. Hopefully you guys, this can catch fire and really become a bigger event for everybody as well. Maybe you guys just started it with your thoughts about like celebrating the culture, and maybe this takes off to be like a whole CNMI wide thing.
And but if you do start from kids though, remember at the young age, they become owners of it. And that's how you make it big, and that's how you sustain it. You gotta have them and encourage them to be owners of this, right? Because they really want. There's a lot of young out there that really kind of just are out there advocating to make this work for them, because they know how much it is so much needed. You know that we're starting it off, and we're hoping that it continues on, right?
Right.
Well, I think it will. Hey, any shout outs or anything?
Go ahead. Shout out to
all our CCLHS teachers, Saipan Tinyan Luta. Shout out to our Senior Director, Dr. Rizalina, for supporting all the efforts and busy schedules since the initial phase of all of this for this event, and most especially to our community. And last but not least, Commissioner, for supporting this whole interest from our teachers, our students, and the vision that we had shared with him. He supported it, and so here we are, and Saturday's coming up, and so we hope that we all can show up and celebrate together this Chamorro Carolinian event.
Yes.
Shout out.
And shout out to all those community partners that are assisting us to make this event a success, and as well as parents. To come and please, we encourage everyone to come and help us celebrate this event so we can all experience our language and culture together. Thank you.
And parents, keep making more students. Bring them out here so they can enjoy this stuff too. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're going to take a real quick break, and we'll give you this sports update from Fox Sports. After that, we'll have some more. We're going to hear a sports guy himself. He plays soccer. He's been in bodybuilding competitions, and now he's got one heck of an offer over there at Laddie Bill 24-Hour Fitness. And we're going to have more from our commissioner after that. So don't go anywhere. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
All right. Thank you.
Fox Sports Update.
To say the New York Giants let one get away on Sunday in Denver would be quite the understatement. The Broncos stormed back from a 19-0 deficit heading into the fourth quarter to stun the Giants 33-32. But head coach Brian Daboll won't be making any changes to his staff after the shocking defeat.
No, I'm not considering that. But we all got to do a better job. Starts with me. And there's plenty of opportunities to finish that game the way we wanted to, and we didn't get the job done.
That was courtesy of the Giants as New York managed to blow the game despite being up 26-8 with under 6 minutes remaining. According to the CBS broadcast, NFL teams had won 1,602 straight games when leading by 18 points in the final 6 minutes of the game. In college football, an interesting tradition in Lubbock has come to an end.
As we move forward, we are no longer going to encourage nor permit the...
It's Will Kane Country. Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday at foxnews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss the show. Listen and follow the podcast 5 days a week at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
throwing of tortillas at the opening kickoff for our home football games.
Sound courtesy of Texas Tech Athletics as Athletic Director Kirby Hocutt joined head coach Joey McGuire at a press conference today. Red Raiders fans have tossed tortillas in the crowd at Jones AT&T Stadium since the 1990s, but has caused some issues in past weeks. Against Kansas on October 11th, Texas Tech was penalized twice for fans throwing tortillas, followed by the Big 12 stiffening penalties and fines for objects thrown on the field. The 14th ranked Red Raiders are coming off their first loss of the season, falling to Arizona State in Tempe. Circling back to NFL news, former All-Pro running back Doug Martin died after a struggle with police officers who were taking him into custody, police said Monday. Police said Martin was involved in a break-in at a residence in Oakland and became unresponsive after being taken into custody and died at a local hospital. You can listen and follow the Fox Sports podcast at foxsports.com or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Joe Morgan.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light to you. Buy a pack here at home, win big prizes too. Gather your friends, the season is here. It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light.
The 12 weeks of cheers are on. Purchase any 12-pack of Bud Light, Budweiser, or Michelob Ultra cans now through December 19th for your chance to win a trip for two to watch your favorite NFL team live, plus weekly prizes. Details at currentcnmi.com.
Spin those records, let them play. Jukebox magic leads the way. With every dance you find our groove. So come alive, let's make a move. Turn it up.
All right, Marianas, welcome back. It is 8:52 here on Tuesday morning, and boy, it is a hub of activity here at NMI News Service headquarters, where we're going to have folks in here for a while. Then after this, later, after we wrap up the show, we're going to be heading up to Mount Topchow. Yes, there's another groundbreaking. The last one they did was for the paving project that's going to go up to Mount Topchow. But today is going to be the day they break ground on the waterline project that's going to be up there. How is all that going to work? How long is it going to take? Is it going to be 12 years? Who knows? But I know by the end of it, it's going to be great for everyone, locals, tourists alike, going to be able to get up and down that road way better than it is now. You know, drainage is a heck of a thing. And they have to keep going out there and keep working on that road to make it work. And with this new program that they're going to have, with the new pavement and the new waterline thing, they're not going to have to work as hard at it. But I'll tell you what, you can never stop working on your own personal fitness. And we've got someone in here who's going to be able to tell us all about that with a new program that they've got in here. We're lucky to have with us one of our first sponsors that started helping out the show and getting exposure out here back in the day. But someone who's been a good source of support for us for like fitness goals and just some kind of mentorship in that world. And that's Derek Cutting, Coach D from Laddie-Bill 24-Hour Fitness. Coach D, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
It's great to have you in here. You know, we've had you in the studio before for things like Sip Happens and all that.
Yep.
But today, like Sip Happens, there's different types of things, beverages. Today, you could, folks saw me drinking on this one during the PSS interview that we had. But man, this is awesome. What is this? This is
our
great.
pumpkin spice. It's that time of year, so it comes back every year around this time.
This is so great. There's like some granola in there, I think, too. No, so it's like it's a meal. What do we got? We got like some protein stuff in there and everything, too?
Yeah, for protein powder, pumpkin spice is your flavor. Pumpkin puree, not the pumpkin pie mix, but the actual puree. And then the granola, cinnamon, and sometimes whipped cream on top when there's not traveling across town.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, Laddie-Bill 24-Hour Fitness got its start in this office. If you look at the roof here, it's still got the gray color, right, up from before. Then ended up going down over here just down the street or behind the old MBA. And then you expanded down to Cagman. And you're like, you know what? We need our own home. And you opened up this spot down the road from us here in CK. And it is now like the home for fitness. I love this place. It's got a great, all the equipment is great, the layout's great, but the folks who work there, man, they are people who like to work there. That's how I know you're doing it right. The people there are super nice, super friendly, and they enjoy being there.
Enjoy their jobs, yeah.
Yeah, well, not just their job. Like this is them.
Yeah,
like
their second home.
Yeah.
Sometimes more their main home. But yeah. It's organically grown to that. You know, we're very happy about the whole team. It wouldn't have happened if the team didn't come together and have always wanted to put that, love into what we built.
A while ago we did an interview where you talked about one of the things that you loved about the gym was the culture that it kind of happens on its own, right? The kind of how people react with each other and how the community of the gym itself, it's kind of organic to that place.
Well, I think any business vibe happens organically. Doesn't mean it always happens organically towards the good way, right? Whatever it is, management or corporate type of policies or just toxic, bosses, and it can create a very harsh environment with the staff, with the other employees, and then that trickles down into frustrations with members or with your customers, and then so that's definitely not the organic that we want, but caring about everyone since the beginning and just keep dumping back into the business and trying to build it for not just the staff but for the members as well, right? And that's where it organically came from.
Well, you told me about this, but now I've been able to experience it for a while, and man, it really is something. Like you told me about it, and that's a nice thing to hear and all that other stuff. But to experience it firsthand, like
the way people interact with each other. People invite you to work out with them when you're over at your gym. Like I saw the guys, they were doing some sprinting. One of the guys and one of the ladies who were, they were sprinting just, on the turf part that's out there, just like short sprinting drills as part of what they're doing. Folks working out upstairs, doing stuff on the bikes upstairs also. People, it's a real welcoming place. And man, I'll tell you, you can't fake that.
No, you can't.
Anyway, so I appreciate it. It's awesome. You got a big new project going on right now.
We do.
So can you tell us about it? It's called Project 185.
165.
Well, 185 is where I want to be. That's what I think I'm thinking about that. I'm quite a few pounds away from that right now. But can you tell us a little bit about Project 165?
For sure. It's been a program that I've been developing for the past 6 months. Essentially, what it means is in a week, we have exactly 168 hours. When you enroll with the program, you're going to be assigned a set of trainers. The trainers will then work with you 1 hour, 3 days a week. So that's 3 total hours in the week.
Wow.
So in the past, seeing the way members, work with their trainers, and they love being in that space for that hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
They love being guided, being trained, being pushed. That's the benefit of the personal training. Well, what tends to happen is the other 165 days out of the week, the ones where they're not with their trainer, they're at home, they're at work, they're with family, whatever the case may be, those hours are the ones where life happens, they're not prepared, the food's not ready for them to eat clean, so they end up rushing to a quick fix meal or maybe like a candy or, type of snack like that. And then they don't see their goals as fast or as efficient as they could otherwise. So what this whole program is designed to do is create an atmosphere where they're being held accountable and there's self-discipline being instilled those other 165 hours out of the week, not just the 3 that you're with your trainer. So there'll be a lot of communication. There'll be a small group, because it's going to be a small group. So it'll be 5 to 8 members at the most will be in each group. 2 trainers assigned to each class. And there'll be a lot of communication within a WhatsApp community group. So it'll be just the 6 to 8 of you always communicating. The trainers will be asking often, post your photos of your food, post your meal prep, post the water that you have with you today at work.
Oh, wow.
So they're really we're going to be pushing a little more to create those good habits during this 6-week program. And we're calling it a challenge, and the challenge is you to learn and develop these better habits. From there, we want to be able to work with you, and you have already instilled in yourself what you need to be successful. You're obviously not going to lose 80 pounds or even 20 pounds in 6 weeks, right? That's not the intent of this challenge.
That wouldn't be healthy anyway, right?
No, it wouldn't. I mean, you could definitely crash diet and lose probably 20 pounds in 6 weeks, but it won't be sustainable. It's not good for your health. So this whole program is designed to get you onboarded and learn all those steps you need to take, those little things that you don't really think about until it's too late. And once you have those down, once you have the 6 weeks and you've gotten really turned it into a good habit where every day it's like brushing your teeth, you're getting up, you're grabbing your meal prep that you already prepped a couple of days ago out of the fridge, putting it in your lunchbox, bringing it to work, setting your timer to what time to eat. Okay, lunch is at 12 o'clock, I'm gonna eat my lunch at 12:30, whatever the case may be. You have the systems set and created for yourself that our trainers will help you develop. And then from there, you'll be able to continue on your journey.
Man, and it's got to be tough. So I love this because you're creating like a community, and a fitness-minded, health-minded community. And what I've heard this before, like, show me the 5 friends you hang around with the most, and I'll show you your future, right? This is it. I mean, how many people are going to be involved in this again? You said it's a smaller. No.
Yeah, so it's considered small group training. So it'll be no less than 5, no more than 8, and then 2 trainers per class always. So this isn't going to be a one-time thing. Now, granted, we want you to get locked into the first one, and then you'll be like our veterans, because we do have a plan for afterwards that you'll be kind of help guiding those newbies that'll be coming into the next classes afterwards. But as we get more and more traction on those that wanted to enroll into this program, we'll have multiple classes going on at once, just depending on how many trainers we have available that can actually run that many. Because we also have the one-on-one trainings in all of our classes that they teach as well. So they have to develop their own schedules with the new members. But yeah, so it's going to be a fun project that I've really been wanting to launch now for quite a while, and we're finally at the point where November 1st will be the onboarding day for all new members.
Wow.
And then November 3rd, which will be the first day of your actual training session that Monday.
Yeah, it's a 6-week program, again, small groups, and I'm reading off of your flyer here. It's a 6-week small group training challenge designed to transform how you train and live. Now, with 168 hours in a week, you'll spend 3 hours a week with your coach and learn how to take control of the other 65, where the real challenge happens. But that's great. And I love what you said about you've even got like a something for after that's done. Like you said about, I've done one of those challenges where, you go through and it's a 12-week challenge, and then afterwards, what? That's not where it ends. Your life still keeps going. Your fitness goals should keep going too.
So we have a big surprise for every participant that comes on board. You won't know about the surprise until you've joined. You'll have to be part of the group to learn what that surprise is, but it includes, or it is about that after part, about continuing on your journey. And the big surprise is going to be a great value to those people. So take the chance, come on down, and we're already offering 50% off for the early bird special. So the actual package costs just under $1,000 for everything that you'll be receiving, and then from there we're discounting it down to 50%,
which is awesome.
Each member, sorry to interrupt you. When you come into the first onboarding day, we're giving away a bunch of stuff besides just the typical plans. I've bought digital food scales for every single member that will always be. So we have a big stock of food scales.
Wow.
So everyone's gonna get a food scale. I will be the one to create the meal plan with you. You will be doing your own meal plan, but I'm gonna teach you nutrition 101 in a nice, comfortable room, AC. I've got a TV, nice, presenter up on the, and that's gonna be our onboarding day. That's the day we'll do all of our weigh-ins, our measurements. You're going to learn everything you need to know for the next 6 weeks, and then some. The plan that we'll be developing, I've actually created it using local dishes. So chicken kelaguen is on the menu. Finadeni can be used at times. There's little things like this that I've put into the menu, so you're not changing your lifestyle much. It's just how much you're eating and when. So you'll be developing everything so that way you understand what's in everything you eat. How many calories, how much protein, carbs, and fats. And from that point, you'll be able to take that and then adjust as you go. So that's the big part of it is the education behind it, not just the pushing a bar.
That's great. Knowing why you're doing it instead of just doing it to follow maybe just doing it at first is probably good, but learning how to do it and why you're doing all that stuff, that's next level stuff. And they're going to get that kind of like one-on-one kind of teaching with you. That's amazing. And you're learning from someone who really knows what he's talking about. It's so welcoming to be able to have something like this. It's a great program. This is one of your passions to be able to bring this program to you, but I want to just tell you something about when I speak with some folks and they're like, the gyms, right? They're like, they don't feel all comfortable. Like, I don't know what to do when I get in there and all this other stuff. And then I bump into Donna, and who tells me just the wonderful experience that she's having over there with Laddie Built.
Donna Crum from Paradise Fitness.
Paradise Dental, yeah.
Fitness is always on my mind.
It is, right? But what a great experience in that. She's trying to tell everybody about how great it is and how welcoming it is and how accessible everybody is over there at the gym. And it's not just for people who just want to go and get the pumped up. It's an essential part of your fitness goals, or just staying healthy while you're alive, as opposed to just not.
For sure. So we've actually tweaked a few things in the past few months. As most probably know that have come in to inquire or are already members, we've got multiple tiers of membership. Both are essential and our elite memberships. Both include 24-hour fitness, meaning the access to the gym, as well as all the free classes. Right now, I think we have almost 13 or 14 classes that we offer that are free. All different times of the week, different days, and most of them operate 3 days a week. One of those classes we developed is ran by Lorenzo Sanchez. He's actually Donna's trainer right now. The name of the class is Intro to Laddie Build. Sounds weird, sounds kind of gimmicky, but literally this class teaches you the bare bones basics of how to use a machine, how to adjust the seat, how to sit properly to have proper mechanics in the joint, in the muscle fiber when contracting that, whatever that machine is. The class will teach you how to set basic programs for yourself, whether it be a push-pull or a chest and buys, whatever kind of a type of program you want to create for yourself. Lorenzo teaches the bare bones basics so you feel comfortable and confident in moving forward. You can stay within the class. It's not just a one-time thing. It meets 3 days a week. He has people in the class that have been doing it for 6 months. Not because they don't know what they're doing anymore, because they just love following somebody that just helps them. So you're getting a personal trainer, a certified personal trainer for this class to basically teach you all the basics and to feel comfortable. And you're with 4 to 8 other like-minded people that are maybe just started last week. They have no idea what they're doing, and they want to learn and become more confident. And that's exactly what this class was designed to do. And it's free with your membership.
Well, and that it's essential. They do that at every college that you go to. There's a Campus 101. You got to learn about where everything's at. It's one of the electives, but you got to take that one, right? And so this is essentially what you get when you sign up over there at Laddie Built 24-Hour Fitness. You get to learn it. You get to see the smiling faces, and then you get to train with folks who are happy to have you there. I mean, I love it. I really enjoy being there. Again, I've seen people making the switch over to you guys too. When I used to work out at some other random place in Saipan, I used to see some of their faces, and now I'm seeing them coming over to your place. So what you're doing is working.
We don't think about the other side of things. We just think about what we're doing, and we just keep trying to build and make it better. And if it's working, it's working. I'm happy to hear about that.
Hey, we got a comment. This is a little different topic from Luisa. Morning, Coach. Will we see the Pirates in the minors and majors again this year?
Hey, good question. Thank you. I haven't talked with Coach Rick yet about the meeting that happened last week or earlier this week, but we'll let you all know as soon as we find out.
That's great. So one of the things, it's built into your name, but Laddie Built 24-Hour Fitness and Nutrition. There was a night that I was working here really late, but I knew I just still want to go to the gym. And I'm like, oh man, do I really want to go in there? It's like, am I going to have to turn the lights on myself and all this other stuff? It was like 11 o'clock when I was done working here. I went in there, there's people working out at 11 o'clock. People are really taking advantage of, based on their schedule and everything, being able to get in there and use the facility.
In all honesty, it's very rare that it's completely dead. Like 2 o'clock in the morning, you might see a couple people in there. And that's almost every night, you know. A lot of the reason why we did this was coming from, you know, being military and law enforcement. You have very strange hours. And a lot of times you have to run midnight shifts or late night shifts, and you get off at 11 or 12 o'clock in the middle of the night. But you didn't have time because you were errands during the day to get things done. You can come in and work out. The hospital, same thing. They work 12 hours or more, and by the time they get off, they have nowhere to go, you know? So that's the whole point of us creating that, is for those that want to come work out no matter what time of day it is.
Awesome. Any other big news or anything else going on at the gym you want people to know about? Aside from this great smoothie that we're enjoying right now, pumpkin spice, this is the new one for the month. Anything else you want people to know about?
Sure. Real quick, we just launched another class it started yesterday. It's Little Laddie's Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Coach Kier just started up a new 2 new classes. So he has kickboxing that he's had forever with us. And then he just added no-gi jiu-jitsu to the adults. And then that was a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago. And then we just added Little Laddie's kids jiu-jitsu. So bring your kids down Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4:30 p.m. We have discounted rates for the younger kids. There's student rates for teens, but for the kids in these classes, it's a much discounted rate. They really learn discipline and focus and working with a coach. So it's a great class to get intro into.
And we've got the class schedule on the screen right now. It looks like you've got a lot of stuff. James Lee's got a 5 a.m. club.
Yep.
That is not for people who like to sleep in, but it could be. Functional recovery training, which is great. The Little Laddie Jiu-Jitsu, which we just heard about, 4:30, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Kids, you got Little Laddie's Boot Camp. That's awesome. It's starting at 5 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Oh, Monday and Wednesday, and then Saturday at 10:30 in the morning. So that's a great intro to Laddie Built that you were just talking about with Coach Zoe. K1 boxercise. Whoa, man, that's got to, I was going to say kick some butt, but I mean literally.
You literally are.
Yeah. You've got yoga. You've got barbell club. Oh, with Antoinette. How cool is that? And then, man, Kier is all over the place with his coaching, which is awesome.
He's got a huge passion for teaching people, his skills and what he's learned and studied over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's an awesome coach. And I mean, they all have passions for what they do. And I think, we really found the right team.
You did. And Josh Brazel, if you could find out how to work out and look through a telescope at the same time, you'd have the perfect class for him. But it is, he's a great guy too, who's working out hard even before he came to Saipan,
Yep.
and then really finding a home over there with you
He has
guys.
a really fun spin class that he runs at the gym. And then, he's Astro Dad. So on the nights that there's a great sky, he's out there with a telescope. And if you don't follow him, you can see on his page, he'll invite people out to come look through his scope, usually at Bonsai or wherever the best spot he knows is at that time.
Yeah, we're showing that video for the Little Laddie's Jiu-Jitsu right now on the screen. I saw this yesterday. We shared it on the page. I just love it, and I love seeing everyone out there. Looks like just a great structured class, and there's so many parents who want to get their kids into worthwhile activities, and this looks like it would be one of them.
Absolutely.
So it certainly beats them just hanging out, doing nothing on the couch. It's a great opportunity. Well, hey, I want to say thanks for getting in here and joining us today to talk about all the stuff that you guys have going on. And, you always have stuff going on. So we're happy to have you come in. You want to have any of the trainers want to come in sometime? We'd love to have them come in. I know their schedules are tough too.
Sure.
But
we have some things coming up, two new classes that are going to be really exciting. It'll probably be another 2 months, I'll say, before we get them launched, waiting for the equipment to arrive,
Mm-hmm.
and then get everything practiced out and choreographed and planned. But there are going to be 2 choreographed classes. That's one thing we have not ever really had. A choreographed class is a class that the instructor learns exactly all the moves and steps and puts to music.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, the members learn, and it's the same class each time, so they get better and better and better. Kind of like Zumba in a sense. You learn the steps, you learn the music, and you continue on. So these are 2 classes that we'll be doing that are going to have some fun equipment, and I think it's something new to the island that everyone's going to enjoy.
It's great. Hey, thanks so much for coming in. Thanks for this. You said there's hardly any left. I mean, this is really good. And you can get yours. Well, what's the deal over there if people want to go pick up one of these smoothies over at Laddie Built?
Just stop by anytime during staff hours. We've got 2 different sizes and there's about 15 different flavors you can choose from.
That's great. Don't miss out. It's the newest location for any gym in Saipan. It's right over there in CK. If you're not sure where it is, just look for that big tall building, the Aquarius Beach Tower, and right at the base of that, you'll see the gray building, the green highlights and everything. And there's always somebody working on something outside, but there's always somebody working on themselves inside. So go check them out over at Laddie Built 24-Hour Fitness. Thanks so much, Coach D, for joining us today, and we can't wait to have you back in studio again.
Thank you, Brad.
All right, guys. We do have more coming up right after this. You're like, holy cow, it's 9:16. What are you guys doing? We got more. Trust me. But before we do, we're going to get you the latest headline from the Associated Press. It's just hot off the Associated Presses, so we can keep you up to date with everything that's happening in the U.S. and all around the world.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. After a weekend in which the deaths of 2 Israeli soldiers in Gaza prompted deadly retaliatory strikes, Karen Shamas reports 2 U.S. envoys are in the region trying to shore up the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas.
U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, met with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about developments in the region. The visit comes a day after the fragile deal faced its first major flare-up as Israel threatened to halt aid transfers and Israel's military killed at least 45 Palestinians, many of them children, in strikes across Gaza. Israel claimed Hamas killed 2 Israeli soldiers, which the militant group denies. The Israeli military said it resumed enforcing the ceasefire late on Sunday and that aid deliveries would resume on Monday through multiple crossings after Israeli inspection. Footage by the Associated Press showed aid trucks driving through the rubble in Gaza's southern city of Khan Yunis. As aid trickled in, many Gazans complained that the supplies were barely enough for a few days. There is concern among Palestinians about how much aid Israel is letting into Gaza, a key part of the agreement. I'm Karen Shamas.
President Trump was asked today whether he still believes Ukraine can win back territory it's lost to Russia.
Well, they could. They could still win it. I don't think they will, but they could still win it. I never said they would win it. I said they could win. Anything can happen. You know, war is a very strange thing.
And the Supreme Court's agreed to take up another gun rights case.
President Trump's administration is asking the justices to revive a case against a Texas man charged with a felony because he allegedly had a gun in his home and acknowledged being a regular marijuana user. Defense attorneys got the charge tossed out after an appeals court largely struck down a law that bans guns from users of illegal drugs under the High Court's more expansive view of the Second Amendment. Arguments probably will take place early in 2026. Haya Panjwani, Washington.
This is AP News. Game 7 of the American League Championship Series tonight at 8 Eastern. Gethin Coolbaugh on how we got there.
The Blue Jays kept their season alive with a 6-2 win over the Mariners to force a Game 7 in their American League Championship Series. Trey Yesavage struck out 7 over 5 2/3 innings of 2-run ball.
This is playoff baseball. This is what these guys have worked so hard for all season.
I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
Tonight's winner will take on the Dodgers in the World Series, and the baseball world is still marveling at a performance for the ages by Shohei Ohtani in LA's series-clinching victory over the Brewers Friday night. He struck out 10 while pitching shutout ball into the 7th inning and hitting 3 titanic home runs. Manager Dave Roberts called it
probably the greatest postseason performance of all time, and there's been a lot of postseason games, and there's a reason why he's the greatest player on the planet.
There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
Hey, bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey, bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold Bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive Bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your Bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your Bush today.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
It's a brand new day in the Marianas. Coffee's hot and we're full of promise. So say it on the genie and feel the glow. We've got the stories you wanna know.
All right, welcome back, Marianas. It is 9:24 on Tuesday morning. We are not stopping. Well, we're eventually going to stop, I promise. Then we're going to get up there to Mount Tapachow for the groundbreaking for the new waterline program that they're going to have up there. That's going to coincide with the new road program that they're going to be doing all the way up there. That's right. You're no longer going to have a four-wheel drive to get up to Mount Tapachow or get down from Mount Tapachow. They're going to be all the way up there. And hopefully that means it's going to be a lot easier on the news van of justice when I go up there instead of trying to roll around like a roller coaster. It's going to be a lot of fun. Speaking of a lot of fun, we heard about how much fun this weekend's going to be on Saturday at Garapan Elementary School. The CCLHS program is going to have their big cultural festival at from 8 in the morning all the way till 6 at night. It'll be great. But that's not the only thing going on in the world of PSS. In fact, that's why we still have our Commissioner of Education is still here with us. That's right. In fact, this is breaking news, folks. Breaking news. PSS just announced that they're going to relocate their headquarters right here at the NMI News Service because it'll just be easier to get us the information directly. So they're just staying here. Peter and Ariel is laughing in the background, thinking this is the greatest thing. All right, we'll say welcome back, Commish.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning again.
You didn't have to go very far.
Please don't start that vicious rumors of us relocating
it's
our
happening.
central office.
It's happening. Write it down. Spread the word, everyone. No, of course not.
It's always a lot of fun though to come out and share information about what is going on across our school district. Right, PSS is a very complex and large organization enough for people to kind of be curious about it because it really affects a lot of the people that are in their lives. Right, the kids, the students, and. So with the many things that are happening, obviously day in and day out, I can assure the community and your audience out there who are watching that I am in no way moving my office down here. I just happen to love really promoting our programs and what we do in PSS. And besides doing all the work up at the office, visiting schools, I love coming out and again, promoting awareness of what is going on in PSS. And I'm sure the community already knows a lot about everything and mostly everything that goes on in PSS. But one of the cool things that we have going on right now, at least this week and next week, is we have visitors from Washington, D.C. who have come around to really help us with our federal programs and the grants that we receive and getting more grants, hopefully, really managing and protecting the grants that we currently have. And so with us, we have Dave here. And I'll have Dave introduce himself, his team, and the purpose and the real reason why they're here to help PSS.
Yeah, thanks, Commissioner. Commissioner said my name's Dave. I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, but our team is built of basically all former feds and state officials that have been involved in federal grants our whole lives. And so when a lot of the federal employees keep getting riffed, I'm just picking them up, put them on our team so we can come and help grantees. And there's a lot of public servants that have lost their job that are still super passionate about serving and about the federal grants and the work they do to support in this case, the students, and to make sure people stay in compliance, because it is a very tricky world to be in federal grants and all the regs and the laws you have to follow. And so our job is to make that simple and make compliance something that PSS can be confident in, that they are super compliant. So.
Well,
if I may, so that everybody knows, and I failed to mention it earlier, Dave is no stranger to the CNMI.
Yeah, I was here for 3 weeks in January, February this year, teaching grantees that are here on the island about federal grant management. So I was here for 3 straight weeks, just all the time teaching about federal grants. And so then we got to come back, and super excited about that.
So you either love the place or the place loves you, right?
Hopefully both. I know I love this place. So.
Okay.
So who are you with again? What's the name of the company?
Yeah, so it's Dave Wickstrom Consulting, Team DWC is our company. When I left federal government in 2020, nothing else was going on, so I said, hey, what a better time to leave federal government than when a pandemic is going on. And so I decided to start my own company just to support grantees to manage federal funds better and get better outcomes. We really have this philosophy that every system is perfectly designed to achieve exactly the results it gets, and so really go in and helping people who get grantees who get federal funds get the results they want.
Well, that's super important, having someone, I'll just say, like on the inside, or someone who's got that inside knowledge, the expertise to help. While our PSS folks are doing the best with their expertise to maximize what they do get from the feds and from our local budget, you know, having someone who's got that expertise of the grants management on the outside really helps. How did you, I asked this question just about to everybody when they get here, like, how'd you even hear about us, and did we reach out to you? How does all that work?
Yeah, so the Office of Grants Management here in CNMI contracted with the company I was contracting with to teach, and so that's how I heard about this place and fell in love with it. Didn't fall in love with the plane flight, but
or the jet lag.
Yeah, but everything else here is amazing, and so yeah, I love it. And one of the cool things about our team I failed to mention is some of the folks on our team are former OIGs, people in special Department of Education who are the heads of the Office of Special Education, and like these are not just like low level folks. These are like very high level folks that have got laid off with all these rifts that people are seeing on the news, and are still super passionate. And that's so now, instead of telling PSS, hey, this is what's wrong and you got to pay this money back, or you got to fix this, we're now on their side helping them to make sure that they're in compliance.
That's super important, especially now. I mean, you're coming back and forth, but we're going through some issues economically out here. I'm sure there's other things in every region. Everybody's going through something, but just to make sure that all our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted, even our lowercase J's, to make sure that we've got everything, so we don't have to pay that kind of stuff back.
Yeah, and that's obviously the news. There's an audit that just came out, and the potential of millions of dollars of question cost, and with just the central government, and who knows how that'll play out, because that just isn't an automatic thing, right? There'll be some back and forth there, but it is having the confidence. And I will say, PSS, Jackie Che, who's the head of the federal program office, she's a smart cookie, and she's got things under control, and PSS they got a good one there. So.
We love Jackie Che. She's awesome. She's been around for a while, and she's really knowledgeable, and her heart's in the right place for everything she does too. So I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I rely on her so much to the point where she introduced the name, the brand, and the possibility of having actually them come over and helping us, right? And so I listened carefully, understood the things that we were trying to get through in our federal programs office, and how beneficial we could get this opportunity to kind of really engage with Dave's company. And so we went ahead and kind of went after that, right? And I empowered Jackie to kind of put it together, and here we are. Now they're on the ground, and they're already starting to do good work for us. Lots of good work.
Yeah, and I think it's cool. The kind of some of the opportunities that we're going to have. I know PSS, obviously, the budget is a big issue right now, but just some things that our team can bring that are options for them to save money that they potentially weren't taking advantage of, and making sure that they understand it, and it's getting money here and there. And so we're going to be having a lot of meetings over the next couple of weeks of just opportunities to how do we, for sustainability purposes, how do we grow PSS, and especially with some of the match programs, how do we deal with that instead of not using cash, actual cash. So there's other ways you can do it with volunteer services or donations of space or materials, and instead of them having to use actual cash, they can use that instead, and then they can freeze up cash. And so real excited about building some systems in place to make that happen for them.
So that's a big deal, right? Especially in this day and age. But the other thing that I'm excited about is the opportunity now to submit for another consolidated grants application, our application for that. And that's going to be a big deal. So rather than just doing what we've been doing for the last 5 years when it comes to the consolidated grants and the programs that we have underneath that, is we've asked Dave and his company to kind of do from outside looking in, needs assessment, trying to kind of see where opportunities lie to where we can merge or change new programs into becoming new programs, or weeding out some of the programs that are not necessarily working. And so they're doing it from the bottom up too. They're talking to our stakeholders, they're having surveys out there, focus groups and all that. For me, what's exciting is that at the end of all this, when we're ready to submit, we're submitting for something newer, more modified, a better version of what we had normally had from before. And it's more improved, efficient and effective in the way of making sure that it's all tied back to student success. So seeing the achievement and the proficiency rating of our students improve would be attributed back to what we're doing here today with this and the way of consolidated grant and all the other things that Dave and his team are working for us on.
Yeah, and right now we're in phase one, kind of that process of the comprehensive needs assessment, where we're asking a lot of questions. We're having listening sessions. Yesterday we met with all the principals to focus groups, and then today our group is meeting with folks. We're going to be in Rhoda this week, meeting with folks out there, principals, students, parents. So we'll be doing a lot of that work. And the other cool part is we're just not using the information we gather. We're also, Voc Rehab has their own needs assessment. There's other agencies that do needs assessment that get federal dollars. And so we're pulling those in to try to triangulate kind of the needs of this whole community, because it all flows back to the classroom. Mm-hmm. And kind of sometimes there's a rinse and repeat that can happen with the consolidated grant application. So that CNA feeds the CGA, the consolidated grant application. And so to really look holistically at CNMI and what are the actual needs of this island, and how the PSS can be a part of the solution.
You know, one of the things that it's kind of intoxicating is how much impact one person can have here in Saipan. When you come to the Commonwealth, you know, you bring something to the table that maybe a lot of folks didn't have. You feel like you can affect change everywhere, and the ability is there. When you're seeing all this stuff with PSS and you're starting to go out and talk to some of those other agencies that can also feed into PSS, does that kind of spark some of the thoughts that you got going on? Oh, you know, these guys could really use some help, and I know somebody or a program that could help with this kind of agency over here.
Yeah, there's a ton of opportunities. My background professionally has been in grants, but also just folks with disabilities. And so VR, obviously, their main purpose is getting employment for those folks who have a disability. And so to be able to try to connect some of their data and have better outcomes for PSS's students with disabilities to get gainful employment when they leave high school, whatever age that is, and is going to be, and to look at it differently. And so we're real excited about that. That's just like one tiny piece, but it is to those families that have children with disabilities, that's their whole world. And so to be able to kind of really use all this data, I mean, PSS and Jackie and Peter and the commissioner and all the staff, they are so busy doing other things. So to have us really dig in and use data to back things up and say, lay it all out for you and say, hey, here's our recommendations, you go and do it. But I think this is probably one of the first times an outside organization has really come in to really help.
Right, and so we get a lot of technical assistance from many other organizations and agencies, but never have we had this type of more intimate fashion of really kind of digging into really our systems and our processes, and then for them to be able to kind of say, you failed to realize that there's a gap here, and here's what we found, right? Based on, and we asked them to, just like I said, go to from bottom up, right? Like, go talk to our stakeholders, and that is the concept that they're using, and I really appreciate that. I'll do another shout out to Jackie Che for really kind of finding really something that's a benefit for us that I think is just gonna really do well for what we're doing. There's a lot of things happening, right? And as mentioned, we're so busy with other things, we need to be able to see those cracks, and they're gonna come in and kind of be able to kind of show us those, identify them, and help us fix them.
Well, so you know what I love about it is that you're actively going out for it instead of just sitting back and waiting for someone else to do it. There's so many different, I don't have to talk about anybody specifically, but by actively pursuing these kind of things, that's how you're able to really maximize the potential for PSS. And it's awesome.
Well, one cool thing too is that we found Dave and his team, right? They came here in January, and we didn't just say, hey, do what you did with central government for us. We said, no, you were gonna recreate this, and we're gonna come up with something beautiful for just PSS, right? Not just for PSS, but really designed so that it really kind of benefits us in a way of not just trying to take what they did in January to kind of bring it over to PSS just because we weren't part of so much of that, right? What he allowed us to do was work with them and create this needs assessment, the way to make sure that we have a good consolidated grant moving forward, the training that's happening with making sure that we protect our federal funds and all that, and the way of being ready for the next audit, I think is just something that I really value the most out of this experience.
Well, audits don't sound fun to me. But I guess they're not so bad as long as you got all your ducks in a row, right? And you're good to go. And it sounds like you're on the right track for all of that stuff. What are some of the other things that some of the other advantages that we've got having you guys work together?
So one of the things, when we're going to be here next week, we're having a lot of the staff. There's some trainings we're going to be doing with PSS staff. We're going to be doing one about procurement, how to procure correctly, so everybody is knowledgeable, and it's not just one person has all the knowledge. We're going to be training 50, 60, 70 people at a time about procurement. We're going to talk about the cost principles, what is and is not allowable with federal funds, so people are aware. And sometimes with audits, it is 4 people down from a Jackie or somebody else, from a director, that did not have the knowledge, but we're making sure that everybody's getting trained. And then we're doing one on fraud and making sure. So the former OIG that is on our team, his name's Dr. Scott Moore, he's going to be doing a whole day on fraud and fraud prevention. And so we're real excited about that. So that's a huge advantage of, you don't usually have an OIG come in on your team. And so, having a former OIG that just left federal service that can come in and really beef up kind of the frauds kind of security, the internal controls at PSS is a pretty big advantage for PSS.
So if you can imagine, right, the magnitude of this expertise and the advice that we're going to get out of it, the recommendations, and there's just this redesigning of our federal programs, especially, again, I go back to the consolidated grant as an idea. I was telling the audience yesterday when we were talking and introducing the team, our audience, right, our management team, that so often we run to the West for solutions, right? Because we need them to kind of give us the ins and outs to making sure that we're doing it right. And when we go there, we come back and we try to kind of hash out what we've learned. Here it is, an opportunity to get them to come here so they can really see the challenges on the ground and then be able to help us even further than just really, explaining or trying to describe that abroad, right, in the States. So really appreciate the team coming here, really engaging with our community, finding out where those things are that we need help with, and then recommending what help we could utilize in order to move forward and advance our student success.
Yeah, and I think one of the big things is too, we're not planning to be here more than a year. Our job is to come in and train the people of CNMI, the PSS staff are more than capable of doing all this work and have been for many years. We're just kind of beefing it up and supporting them and So that is kind of a cool piece of this is we're kind of coming in quick and getting everything done in training and helping the CGA, and we'll be in the background, if they need something. But the PSS staff is more than capable of running the show.
But imagine all that, the opportunities that they're bringing, right? That we would have in the past sent people for, to go there, go to this training, go to this professional development opportunity, go to this, go to that, right? We're kind of shifting now to the point where no, we got all that and we can get that here, and be able to kind of provide it to more than just the folks who travel to those opportunities, right? Getting them here and actually being in a classroom space and allowing more audience to be part of that and gaining that knowledge and expertise, I think is something that we're changing here now, and we're realizing it through this experience and partnership.
Yeah, and there's only so much. There's some things that you can get by with like a Zoom call or Google Meets or something like that. But stuff like this, correct me if I'm wrong. I just feel like our culture is really good with face-to-face and dealing with folks in person. It comes across in a more acceptable or more comprehensive, and you can ask those questions instead of like walking all over people like sorry, in the communication in the data stream.
You're on mute. Or
yeah, there you go. So I like that. The other thing is, you coming out here, if you were just talking to folks on the phone or dealing with folks through email or something like that, you don't get the full picture of like what it is out here. But the other one is some of the little things, like the difference of trying to file something or get a hold of someone in the mainland based on the time changes and I can't contact them that day. It's Sunday, even though it's Monday here. Yeah. All those kind of things. So you get a real feel for what it is to be out here.
Yeah, and we love it. But we've been on calls with them we're on Eastern time, most of our team, and we've been on calls 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Eastern time. They need us. We're around. We don't say, hey, we're sleeping. We're there, and federal grants don't wait. So we're there to support, and we have a limited amount of time and to get the job done, and we're on it.
And that's not only the third time I've heard we're on your beck and call, and so I appreciate that accessibility to them and their expertise. We got something going on very last minute. I need some information on, and we call them, and we're communicating back and forth. Jackie's kind of trying to get some answers through email. We get the product we need, and we go at it.
Yeah, there's some benefits is while you all are sleeping, something comes out in the United States policy-wise. When you wake up, you already have a memo from us kind of telling you what you need to know and how this is going to impact and what strategies you need to implement. So.
Well, great. We know the importance of education. We know that you guys put students first, teachers always, right?
Educators always.
Yeah, educators always. And it looks like you've got a great plan going forward in the short, medium, and long term. So I'm kind of excited about it for you guys. And it looks like you got an all-star team going for you, Commish.
Shout out to you, Brad, for inviting us down for this type of opportunity to be able to explain, promote, and bring awareness to a lot of the good things that are happening at PSS, and especially this moment where we bring in our team to kind of describe what it is that they're bringing to the Commonwealth and our students. So, and thank you, Dave. Shout out to you and your team. And to Jackie Che and Peter and everybody else, Nadia, right, who really kind of discovered and introduced you to Jackie. And
Nadia was in my class, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, you guys, this has been great. Jackie Che is available for autographs after the show today. And
she's probably listening right now.
Yes, you can get her new book, Be Like Me by Jackie Che. It's available on bookstores all over the place in the scene. I want to say thank you guys so much for coming in. And thanks for being back there quietly behind the camera, but getting it done on the other side. All right, folks, that's going to wrap us up. We will get you guys a real quick sports update. By the way, football fans, you have a team?
Bengals.
Go Raiders and go Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, 7-0, baby.
Ooh, and well, the O part is definitely for the Raiders yesterday.
Too soon.
We're going to end this session right now.
Kentucky Wildcats, man.
Oh,
BBN.
Gotta love them. Any pro team?
Bengals would be the
Bengals.
Team.
Dodgers, go Dodgers.
Dodgers, man, you guys got all the good teams that actually do good stuff. I'm sitting here lamenting the sad story.
Yesterday, just to let you know, Brett. Yesterday, Eric, his team member, went up and started, presenting, and he got into Commissioner, you're a Dodgers fan, right? So the 1978, 1980 Dodger team, and he started yelling out players. I started yelling out players. Blah, blah, blah. Before you know it, we had set up the entire lineup of the Dodgers team back then, right? Wow. And we even got an applause for that because it was pretty cool. Caught me off guard, but it was so nice.
78, is that when they had that pitcher who could breathe through
Dodger
his eyelids?
Blue, baby.
Yeah, Eric on our team played baseball at Notre Dame.
Yeah,
so
I know, yeah. But yeah, Steve Garvey, Steve Sachs, the Socia, Yeager, and all them folks. Lasorda.
Great teams.
Dusty Baker,
Tommy Lasorda.
Ricky Monday, Ron Say, and all those folks, right?
My favorite comment about Tommy Lasorda was in that movie Fletch, but it was great. Anyway, Tommy Lasorda is also one of the all-time best, and still a great guy. Still have some great comments. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up for that part today, and a little bit later we're going to be heading up to Mount Tapachao for that groundbreaking. But before we go, oh wow, look at that! You got me double time. We're going to get you guys a sports update. From Fox Sports because we can. So here you go.
Viva.
Sports Update.
To say the New York Giants let one get away on Sunday in Denver would be quite the understatement. The Broncos stormed back from a 19-0 deficit heading into the fourth quarter to stun the Giants 33-32. But head coach Brian Daboll won't be making any changes to his staff after the shocking defeat.
No, I'm not considering that. But we all got to do a better job. Starts with me, and there's plenty of opportunities to finish that game the way we wanted to, and we didn't get the job done.
That was courtesy of the Giants as New York managed to blow the game despite being up 26-8 with under 6 minutes remaining. According to the CBS broadcast, NFL teams had won 1,602 straight games when leading by 18 points in the final 6 minutes of the game. In college football, an interesting tradition in Lubbock has come to an end.
As we move forward, we are no longer going to encourage nor permit the...
It's Will Kane Country. Watch it live at noon Eastern Monday through Thursday at foxnews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss the show. Listen and follow the podcast 5 days a week at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Throwing of tortillas at the opening kickoff for our home football games.
Sound courtesy of Texas Tech Athletics as athletic director Kirby Hocutt joined head coach Joey McGuire at a press conference today. Red Raiders fans have tossed tortillas in the crowd at Jones AT&T Stadium since the 1990s, but has caused some issues in past weeks. Against Kansas on October 11th, Texas Tech was penalized twice for fans throwing tortillas, followed by the Big 12 stiffening penalties and fines for objects thrown on the field. The 14th ranked Red Raiders are coming off their first loss of the season, falling to Arizona State in Tempe. Circling back to NFL news, former All-Pro running back Doug Martin died after a struggle with police officers who were taking him into custody, police said Monday. Police said Martin was involved in a break-in at a residence in Oakland and became unresponsive after being taken into custody and died at a local hospital. You can listen and follow the Fox Sports Podcast at foxsports.com or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Joe Morgan.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
All right, Marianas, it is 9:52 in the morning, and we would be getting out of here. Just said goodbye to the commish and Dave and Peter, who were in here talking about the grants and everything that's going on in the world of PSS, and that was awesome. We had a double dose of PSS, and we had Laddie Bill 24-Hour Fitness in here. Just a reminder, we will continue to post all the stories of the day on our social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, and the YouTubes, but we also have NMINewsService.com. That's right. You're able to check that out. And every time we go live, you're able to see it live on our YouTube channel or on our website. And you can also check out all the stories as we pop them up. There's going to be a lot more that populate today. I was messing around with the scheduling stuff when I was popping up everything the other day. Also, tomorrow is going to be a lot of fun where we're going to have a completely different show. We're going to have a Baby Boomers show that's going to be up. And I'm excited about that because Donna Crum's going to be in here. She's going to have guests, and we're going to talk about cool baby boomers things. All right, guys. Well, that's what we've got for today. We've got a little bit more that we can tell you about all that stuff. In fact, let me move that over. You get to see all those messages real quick. But the, oh, wait, what's this? Can you get the number for the PSS program coordinator? Yes, Fabian, we can get that for you. That's a problema. Also, let's keep going before we get out of here. Yeah, I think that maybe that's how we'll wrap that up right there. Nice and easy with a bow, ready, set, and good to go. I want to say thanks again to the mayor's office for getting us squared away yesterday at VFW, for helping us out. That would have been a monumental task without your help. Mr. Mayor, you got a great team over there, and thank you for supporting your veterans out here in the Marianas. All right, guys, we'll be back again. 11 o'clock is the groundbreaking for that project, and we're going to bring that to you. So you'll be able to see it live. You'll be able to see it live here, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, or if you're just checking out our website, NMINewsService.com. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, we'll see you in about an hour. But then for another show, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Have a great day.